I'ma go around the town, up in my way, up in my shit. Niggas be making a sound. Niggas don't wish where I'm from. Ride till we making it out. Hey. Ride till we making it out. Hey. Look. Go around the town, up in my way, up in my shit. Niggas be making
What's up, everybody? It's Jose, Juice Podcast, and always with me.
It's your boy Juma,
Frankie,
and Isaac.
Oh, and JK, my bad.
It's JK or JK's William, whatever it is.
I wasn't ready yet, dog. Fuck, I fucked up myself, dude. It's all good, dude.
It's the first podcast, so
Okay.
gotta get the nerves right.
Nah, I feel you. Yeah, we was ever trying to designate your name. Why is it even just like a controversy? What you even had to go by?
You know, that's funny because everyone's telling me like you need like a rap name or this or that, JK Bags or whatever, and I've always been struggled with like finding a name for anything, like a song or anything like that, and I just kind of, I don't know, I was just JK's William has been my Instagram forever, and I was like, I need to make it shorter to drop music kind of, so I just went with JK Will, and then Koba, he'll just come down here and he'll be like, oh, JK, and then introduce me as JK, just because it's like shorthand, so just gotta go with whatever, JK.
It just got
JK's
stuck,
Will. Yeah, so
yeah, just how a nickname.
just rolling with that, yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, I was just we like met you through the Mad Flavor Fest, bro.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. You just kind of like you were handling a bunch of stuff the day of. We had a good experience ourselves. And if you kind of just speak about like what you did that day, you know.
So yeah, that day was definitely hectic, you know, but it was planning like scheduling for the artist portion mainly. Mad Boy handled like the comedy and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was just trying to make sure all the artists were on time. The visuals you saw on the screen, I was jumping in the back of the trailer back and forth, like switching those out. And then just preparation before the event and stuff too. Just, you know, planning all like vendors with Mad Boy and stuff like that. Just putting it together, making it bigger and better than the last one. And definitely was, you know, it was a success. I mean, you guys had
it was, bro.
Podcast content to prove it too. You know?
It was a good day for us, bro.
Yeah, what was like your main goal, like going into this event, like from what you guys did the last event?
So actually, we had a conversation about the last event in October, and it was like the one issue we had was like the stage, the audio. It was like the production of it, you know.
Right.
So the main focus with this was like we need to up the quality of production to make it look, you know, just better. So that's where we hit up Cannabis Talk, and Cannabis Talk has that awesome compound, and so they had stage backdrops, all types of. It just looked, you know, way better, way bigger, so the artists could kind of run around. They weren't going to have as many audio issues or anything like that. So that was like the main focus, and I feel like we really did that, you know. So it worked.
Nah, it came across.
Yeah, everybody said
It was a big upgrade all around,
bro.
man.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, when we first got there, I was like, damn, where are we?
Yeah.
Yo, me and Frankie
were smoking.
Me and Frankie were the only ones smoking at the time too, and that's how early we were. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
We were looking around. I remember told Zez like, "Bro, what the fuck are we at right now, bro? We did this just off a podcast, dog." Like,
Nah, real shit.
Because you're expecting like a bar or something, huh? Like the last time.
Or
I didn't know
what to expect.
Yeah, I didn't know
honestly.
what to expect. Like, I knew it was gonna be an upgrade from the bars last time. Like, but I don't know. When I got there, it was like way more dope than I could.
Yeah,
have
I
expected,
wasn't expecting that big of a jump either.
Yeah,
that
and
was crazy.
Mad Boy was always
quick.
posting like the layout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like everybody's always looking at the layout, and I was like, "Damn, we got our own room." Well, we had our own room with Jamal from Chill 100.
Shout out to Bear Flag for that.
Yeah,
shout out
yeah,
to
shout out
Bear
Bear
Flag.
Flag,
Thank
bro.
you for that.
Yeah,
Totally
I
forgot
know.
the name.
I'm always
Thanks,
about the
bro.
sponsors and the shout outs and
Nah, for
all
real.
that. You know?
Shout out to Bear.
And it was the look of like so many weed vendors, bro. I feel like most spots in our area get rolled on, bro. Like you just can't like, cause that has like a similar look to like the sessions. I feel like that's
It really
how
was.
like,
Yeah.
it was like a
It really
mini
was.
sesh
Yeah.
with like performances, but just way more like a big scale, you know, just from like the production and all that. But it was just like a session stand-in. That's like it was like
Pretty
an
much,
extended
bro.
sesh, you know.
Definitely.
And most of those things kind of get rolled on. So I was like, damn, the fact that this is just going on,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, like just the successfulness based on the first one, the fact that you know this is the this is the second time around.
Right.
So I think that's what came across to me.
Yeah, I definitely in my head at one point I saw. You guys see the helicopter that was circling nearby?
No.
There was
I
a
didn't-
helicopter
know. We
with
were
a
busy.
spotlight, and it was probably like a mile down the road or whatever. But for a second, I was like, man, hoping this doesn't get rolled, you know.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
Cannabis Talk, you know, they have that compound, and it's like their iHeartRadio podcast and everything. So it seemed a little safer, you know, because they like to do all things legal and through their teams and stuff, donations and this that. With you know the way they do it is all legal, so it's like we had that behind us to know that it would be cool. So
No, that's
like,
close. That's close.
But
that's
it definitely
close.
popped in my mind when I saw the helicopter.
Nah,
It's like,
definitely.
It was a little shooketh, huh?
I was like, I might need to go right now.
Really.
I wanted to ask you, dude, were you like assigned to us or something? Because you came up and I don't know, I was like, who's this? And you're like, what's up? You guys all settled in? And I was like, yeah, we are.
I remember you even
So-
gave us the schedule at one point
Yeah.
in time. Yeah, here you go.
Hey,
get a
here's
quick
our
look. Put the
itinerary.
schedule
Y'all can
down.
look at
Yeah,
it. And I was
bro.
like,
I mean,
oh, he's somebody important.
nah.
Or were
I
you just
mean,
being courteous?
It was kind of like I wanted everything to run smooth and I wanted it all to go well, and I just felt like the biggest thing too last time was like scheduling and having like just like systems and things in place. So I just
Okay.
felt like I wanted to go check on every vendor, check on all the podcasts or whatever it is, anything, and just make sure that everything's running smoothly. And that's what I tried to do. And I was running around losing my mind a little bit,
No,
but
that was appreciated, man. Because
Yeah, dude, you
Helped
got those
us out-
orders
you
for
helped
us,
us out a
you know
lot
what I
with
mean?
Yeah,
Yes.
bro.
yeah,
cool. It's good to hear.
yeah.
Shit.
Thank you for that.
Likewise to the like the amount of vendors involved. Can you tell us like the comparison from the first time to the second time? Like how many more vendors, or just even what you guys try to focus on with the vendors this time around?
Yeah, so the last one we did, there was like 6 vendors or something because it was really an enclosed space. There wasn't a lot of room. And we knew we'd have a lot more space, and so we wanted to have more vendors. And most of the vendors, not most of them, but a lot of them came from like the Adelanto festival that they did, Cannabis Talk did. They had like 200 plus vendors there. And so we were walking around checking out all the booths, and whatever either product was coolest or like their booth, just the visual and the production of it was cool. That's what we wanted to like bring around for this time. And you got Magic Kingdom, which was really cool. Wax bars, hot sauce, lay low. Like there was a lot of they just have cool branding and they have really good products. So it was like, you gotta rock with them.
Yeah, hot sauce was good.
Yeah,
That shit looked fire.
yeah, bro.
It was like 1,000 milligram. I was like, what the hell?
That's crazy, bro.
What's the
Eating a
1,000
hot
milligram?
sauce.
What?
The hot sauce.
Oh yeah,
they
from
have.
that actual hot sauce brand. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh, hey,
never
Jim,
tried
I didn't know it was
Can you
1,000
scoot over to your right a little bit?
Me?
Yeah, you're drifting off camera.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go, right there.
No, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Cool. Man,
But
nah,
yeah,
that's
I
clutch.
mean,
Shout out to Isaac.
yeah, the hot sauce. I don't know if I've ever tried that, or I don't even know if like the hot sauces and things like that, like how high you could really get from it. But they say
Yeah, I don't
edibles hit pretty hard. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, shout out to Trippy Treats. We got some edibles from them, and that shit took me
Yeah,
over,
bro.
dude. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah,
am
they
I?
whipped my ass the other night.
Yeah, Trippy Treats is a cool brand too. I like Trippy Treats. They got really cool branding, and then they're also like, I don't know if you guys talk to them at the booth, but they're just all of them are super chill. They're
Yeah,
they're
they're
taking
really nice
dabs
people.
before,
Yeah, they
just
was
like
giving
having a
out
good time.
dabs all
Yeah.
night, bro.
they gave me a joint like that. We were
I don't
like,
even think that was on
God.
their thing too. They were just giving out
I
dabs
don't
because
know
they
what
had
type
it.
of
Like,
rig was that. I don't know what type of nail they said that was on that. It was like some different looking ass nails, bro. It was
There's some
like-
experience assholes.
Yeah, I don't know. And that was one thing about like the whole fest was that like for the average consumer, all those people were kind of educated in their field, whether they were like distributing like the edibles to like the wax bars. You said like
Right.
having nutrition just nutrition facts on their stuff. Just to even know what's in their product. It's like easy, like it's just easier to sell. I realize that compared to somebody that's just like, yo, I got dank weed. Like look at my stuff.
No, seriously.
So I feel like that was like the biggest thing with that. It's like the average person like could go there and it has more like a new school feel, just like rather than just a swap meet of weed,
Yeah, no, they. I learned a lot too. Like even in the past couple months about just weed in general. And I found out like this thing because I got a buddy of mine who he actually so he had cancer and he got through it, and so he was smoking a lot of weed to try to with the nausea or whatever it is. But he realized that there's certain weeds that nowadays in the clinics they'd be putting a lot of I don't even know exactly what it's called, but to make in the soil and everything to make the buds bigger and sparkly and all that type of shit, And so he told me that the natural like homegrown bud that doesn't have that, it won't make him sick. He won't get any bronchitis or any type of thing because he has like a low immune system. But a lot of the clinic buds and a lot of the additives and stuff like that will actually make you sick. So I was doing a lot of research kind of on that and like, oh man, like weed is crazy, but there's some weeds that can be smoked, some weeds that can't be smoked if you have like a low immune system. And this is something I didn't even mention to y'all, but it's actually because of that I'm working on this other product it's like a blunt wrap line. I don't want to speak too much on it because it's pretty early in the works, but yeah, I'm working on this blunt wrap that it's not on the market. There's nothing like it right now, and it's more of like a medical grade blunt wrap, so for people that are cancer patients and things like that to smoke like healthier and not get sick after. So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a little
wild,
side project.
bro. Yeah.
A lot of side projects. For
Yeah.
sure. A lot of side
So
projects.
would it be a blunt or like paper?
Yeah, so it'll be a hemp, like a hemp base kind of wrap, with a little twist that I can't mention, but yeah, it's a healthier like CBD based wrap. So
Nah, I feel you. It's sick that just even weed made you want to research. That's like, to me, that's what's trippy, because sometimes it's just like, it's strictly recreation. I don't know, like
Right.
that. It to me, it's not wrong if that's how it is for people,
Right.
like
No, I agree.
But like to even like for him just being a cancer patient, he's looking for other alternatives. I think like I've never been at that stage, but just like once you get sick, I can imagine just like the price of just health, So people look for alternatives, and that's just even coming from a background of like, it wasn't just always going to the doctor immediately. We're doing honey and lemon. We're doing like all types of. It's just remedies. I'm just in a
home
household of remedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I don't put it past people to like. I'm not saying I use weed as like a medication in that sense, but I know people like there's a bunch of stories and cases where people use weed as that. Whether it's the type of lotions to heal. Like it's funny because I referee and just do sports. People do alternative for like Tiger Balm. For these CBD lotions
the new
now.
CBD.
Yeah, like
Hit
you like
good.
yeah, like
My
people do
grandma
CBD lotions instead of Tiger Balm, and
She
I'm like,
loves that. I mean,
I was in
needs
sports
it.
never thinking that'd be a thing, but now it's just like it's around me now,
Yeah.
So
Is that legal, like for the sports and shit? I don't know, because I know they're like really anti.
I can't tell you. It's just I know people do that to not feel pain.
Right.
Like it's really a thing for people.
You know how they do like I forget who the runner was. I should probably know this, but she was like in the Olympics and she had drug
Sha'Carri.
tests or- yeah.
Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah.
So I'm wondering like if CBD is the same because it's not psychoactive or anything. I wonder if they have like some type of stipulation. I just feel like there's weird stipulations all the time on like
Nah,
professional sports and
it's
things
funny
like
because
that.
they even said for like NFL, like they're not gonna. It was NFL. They said they're not gonna test no more.
I think NBA.
NBA.
I think that was NBA.
NBA,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
That's good. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
salutes to that.
Bronny will be chilling.
Yeah,
man,
they
you
be
know?
chilling.
Okay.
Off season go wild with it. Yeah.
That's funny.
Just kidding.
Yeah, motherfucking Cancun going crazy.
Yeah,
right now. That's crazy.
Now you like spoke on the two shows with the Adelanto one and then even with the Streets one, but how'd you even get part of Mad Flavor Fest in the first place, bro?
I don't know how exactly, but I don't know where I met Mad Boy. It might have been his first like album release party.
Okay.
It was at the same venue as the Mad Flavor Fest #1.
Yeah.
And I think I pulled up because my mentor he was there and said like pull up, and I did, and it was pretty cool. We started talking, and then me and Mad Boy started working on some music together, and other just projects. I don't even know necessarily how it happened. That's like a lot of like connections and things. I don't really know how they sparked, but we were just talking, and I had my two artists that I manage, and I was like, I can get them to sell some tickets to try to like bring people in the door. And so it just kind of worked like that. And then we just started talking about the festival and what it could be. And that first one, he definitely pretty much did all of that, And then the second one, it was like, okay, let me get a little bit more involved because I know I can get my artist there again. I know I can get the little crowd for that. And then, we just went from there and started putting things together and making it work and upping the production. So that's what we did.
I hear that.
Yeah, bro, you're busy. You're a fucking manager and an artist. That's crazy.
The
And then you
artist
do all
thing's
this
on the
other-
side for sure. Just because it's just like my mom even just told me before. She's like, oh, you need to go to the studio. Like, go get some of those thoughts out. Go do some therapy type of thing. Because it really is like, for me, it's like a therapy. And I have like, I don't even know, 200 plus like unfinished songs that I've just got in the studio and started and just speaking my mind. And yeah, it really worked for me. When I first started making music, I was probably 17, just getting into weed actually. Like I met a crew of people that smoked some weed. I started smoking with them and then going to studios, or not even studios yet. I was at bedroom studios, just like trying to come up with a sound and freestyling in the car and shit like that with everyone. And then actually my first studio session ever, I went with Jay Tux, who's this producer that I was working at his bedroom studio. He took us to a studio and there was like 10 of us there. And I wasn't even smoking weed at the time because I was like, I'm focused on let's make some music. And I was there for like 5 minutes, and some of the homies were outside smoking weed, and they didn't like that, so they kicked us all out. So I put down like 1-2 bars or something, and they were like, "Yeah, you gotta go." I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music is definitely, you know, it's a release. It's like a therapy, and my thought with it now is like I wanted to drop my stuff because I have so many songs, and they're just like, I know it could either help certain people or people can relate to it when they're vibing with whatever they're vibing with. You know, they're going through some heartbreak or this, that. And all the music I first started making was like heartbreak music because I was a little sad boy. But then nowadays, this stuff's gonna, you know, the sad boy shit hits too, you know, especially at the time when Juice WRLD and all that was popping like crazy. But now it's like all the music I make is kind of like party, turn up, happy shit. But that's not even coming out for like 2 years because I got to get through all the sad stuff, all the songs that I have finished, and I want to drop those all slowly throughout the couple years, and then kind of do a project of sad stuff, a project of getting better, and then a project of just living life, like doing our thing, like we're doing now, type of thing. You know? So that's my goal. And then the management side of things, that's like the main focus because the artists that I have are like, the quality of their music is in my head. It's like it's not just the therapy there; it's also super mainstream. It can hit. Chico does reggaeton, so it's like it's gonna hit so many different markets and be able to do tours overseas and things like that. And so
yeah.
That's for Chico, and yeah, that kid's a superstar for sure.
Some reggaeton trap,
right?
That's what he said, right?
Yeah, he makes like reggaeton, trap, and all that. And I don't even honestly like I'm trying to learn Spanish, but I don't even know Spanish, and I know I can vibe with the song, and I'm just like, man, this is a hit. So it's like if I don't even understand it and it's a hit. Imagine if I can understand it. You know what I mean? It's a real hit.
That's a fact, bro.
So
That's a fucking fact, bro.
Be really going off in the studio.
Yeah.
He's up there. Yeah, this sound tight, bro. If he really knew what he was saying.
Yeah, no, seriously. I'll be asking him like, "Oh, what did you say there? What did you say?" And he's always like, "Big booty bitches." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. It sounds cool, but I didn't realize you were talking all crazy." But okay.
Yeah,
you know,
he just bopping his head and not know nothing.
for real.
They're having a good time, just.
I ain't mad at
Hey,
it.
that's how Bad Bunny gets his money.
Yeah,
Yeah, real shit, I'm about to say,
That's
bro,
how Bad Bunny gets his money.
seriously.
Yeah, that's so funny. You just
Bad-
drive that.
a lot of people don't even know.
Fucking
you know?
Bad Bunny.
Oh,
Dude.
you said that's how Bad Bunny gets his
Who's-
money.
Who's making money off of Latinas that don't even speak Spanish? Like, what the fuck?
Conquering the demographic.
Seriously, he be selling out shows everywhere too. Like,
Yeah,
Bad Bunny's
bro.
he's big time. you
Nah,
know?
for sure,
So,
for sure.
Eladio Carrion is another one that Chico put me onto. That he's fucking super fire, and he gives a little bit more love back to new artists and stuff. So that's like a definitely a positive for him too. So, but yeah, focusing on getting Chico's drops together.
So is Chico the only artist you're managing right now?
So Chico's the only artist on paper that I'm managing, yeah. And then
okay.
Koba, I just like to help out when he gets out here. So Koba has some super fire music, and this connection was crazy. There was a studio session one time that I booked for Chico in LA. It's like somewhere in Tarzana, and we just needed an engineer because we didn't have one. So I was looking through the list, and they offered this one guy, Will Stellar, and it had some credits in there, and one of them was Young Pinch. And so I was like, oh, I'm from Huntington, Young Pinch. This is a cool, like I wanna make this type of music. Let's go have him be the engineer. And so we pulled up to the session, and we were just vibing, chilling. I don't even know if I recorded that night, but Chico ended up doing some of the best songs like I had ever heard, and I was just like, geez, like actually the first song in his set at Mad Flavor Fest, super upbeat, super up tempo, like hype shit. That was done at that first session in LA with Will Stellar, and so we started working with him a little bit, and he would come down to Santa Ana to the studio that I work out here, and he brought Koba one day just randomly. He's like, he's from Utah, so he's like, hey, I have my buddy Koba from Utah also, and he's like in LA. He wants to come just chop it up and stuff, So he showed me like one song called "Letdown" by Koba, and I was like, dude, this is a hit. Like off like 10 seconds of the song, I was like, this is super fire. So Koba came to the studio and then ended up doing a song or two, and just vibing. And he was super humble and super chill. And I was like, man, I want to work with you or whatever. And so after a while of just like kicking it, hanging out, it became like, oh, like, you guys are my homies out here, like I want to come and just be around you and your friends and shit, like the homies that are all outside, because we just vibe, we have a good time, we go to the gym together, we go out to eat, we be working together as well, but it's also like, it's just that tight-knit vibe of everyone together. So
Yeah, it's dope, dude.
It's cool.
It's dope to have a good team behind you.
That's the biggest thing. Like
Yeah.
without the team, I wouldn't be where I'm at all, because it's like I was doing this alone. Kind of. I started with photography when I was like 17 in high school, and I was actually renting the camera from my school on the weekends, which I don't know if I was allowed to do that, but somehow they let me, right? And so I'd hit up like random DJs, random promoters. Yeah, I don't know. But I never got in trouble for it, so we'll bleep that part.
Lindsay
But-
doing the same shit, dog.
You did it. Oh yeah, we don't gotta speak on that. That's funny.
This $5,000 worth of equipment.
Right? It's like,
Yeah.
let me borrow
Bro,
this. I'll keep it safe.
our first set of equipment was all from Santa Ana College, dog.
You do what
Shout out
you
to Santa
gotta
Ana
do.
College for
Yeah.
It's
for
expensive,
sponsoring
bro.
us.
Yeah, damn near a sponsor.
Hey,
bro.
yo, whose first photography storyline was that you guys just all took the blueprint?
All the great photographers steal the first
just
camera,
like,
dog.
yo, you gotta borrow the equipment and just keep the job.
Honestly, you just realize like how good equipment they have at the school.
Yeah.
And just like what you could afford on your own. Like I got to use this shit outside. Yeah.
I get
Facts.
you.
Dude, honestly, 100%.
Yeah.
And they don't even be using it at school.
Yeah,
for the
and
shit
they
you
don't-
could use it for,
No one else uses it, bro. Like
Yeah.
you go into the equipment room and you just can pick whatever you want because no one else is using it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it was like that at Kennedy. I don't know
I don't know,
anybody
bro.
that was like.
I don't know about my high school, but
Oh,
at
it's
Santa Ana
just like
College,
it was
that's what it was
college?
like.
I feel like
yeah.
high school's more strict about it. But
Yeah.
I actually did have I forget her name, but I had this really cool, the photo teacher. She was super nice. And I think, I don't know if she just like kind of believed in me, but she knew I was like doing the music stuff like that. And she would always like kind of talk to me about that. And so I don't know if it's
Scoot up
'cause of
closer to the
that or-
mic. Sorry, man.
My bad.
You're good.
So yeah, I don't know if it's because of that or if it's just because she was like here, but I think she like was seeing what I was doing and wanted me to like pursue a passion, and a lot of the kids were in that class because they needed to be in an elective,
Right.
and that was kind of why I was in the class too. But also I was curious about photography and video and stuff, so she let me do that, and it ended up turning up crazy because I just hit up show promoters and I'd hit up DJs or anybody I could to try to get into a show for free. And the coolest thing for me at the time was like, I just want to be on stage. Like, I don't really care what I'm doing. I just want to be on stage. So I would hit up different people to get on stage or backstage. And it always ended up working out because they, like, back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, whatever, they didn't have like as many, it wasn't as saturated like the video market. So now it's like
Right.
you even saw Mad Flavor Fest. There was like 20 people with cameras, you know?
Yeah, and there was
But-
like vendors that had their own like what was
Yeah.
it? The wax bars guys had 2 camera guys.
Yeah, Wax
Yeah.
Bars, Takeoff did a
Pulled
crazy
up
edit.
media
Yeah,
room
those
and,
fools
like,
were,
yeah.
were posted up in front of their tent all,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
all sick with
Yeah.
it. Fucking all 9 of them.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know who was
There's
running
a whole
the
ass softball
There
team
was
wearing
some
baseball
drones,
jerseys and
too.
shit.
That's kind of hard, man.
Yeah. It was cool. It was cool. They all got their names on the back too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking like staff, bro.
It was hard.
There was some drones there too. I don't know whose they were.
I think Bad Boy hired some guy.
Bad
to do
Boy
it.
did-
I think.
I think that was a vendor actually. So,
That was a vendor?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I had my guy Johnny come.
Yes,
with
that's
us.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
just
why
had
you
their own
say it
crew.
like that, bro?
So
Vendor
sick.
can't have drones or what?
No, it's just like
Hey, you say
I
it like
think
that,
just-
bro. They're probably doing good. fool.
Nah,
I
no.
know.
That's
He's
what-
a-
no, that's
oh,
what
a
I'm saying.
vendor at
You gotta go
that?
check,
What
see if
the
Cypress
fuck,
College
bro?
has a
Yeah,
drone. You
right.
can check
Oh,
out.
we're a vendor.
Yeah.
Like what the
I go
fuck?
snag a drone from some school, bro.
Yeah, you know.
No, that's funny.
Need to pull up a Santa Ana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Santa Ana, that's what it is.
Where your drones at?
Yeah, for real.
Yo, we have mad Evie. We just steal it from them, right? We just like,
Nah, this is
Shout-
comedy,
shout
bro.
to
Everybody
Santa
knows
Ana.
we're just joking.
Nah.
Yeah. These are all about. We have
We're
receipts.
not even close to Santa Ana.
Nah, I bought that interface right there, bro. I bought that shit.
No. That was for real.
Yeah.
It was just loner shit.
I was gonna ask, bro, how is it even balancing like the managing, like what, just even trying to focus on even having artists to even like, cause we seen that you have a new single yourself,
Yeah.
to even jumping back into the bag to where it's like, all right, now I want to focus on my career and stuff like that. So
It's late nights is what it definitely is. So I focus kind of on like Chico and all that during the day, and then usually like if I'm up late, like after midnight to like 3 a.m., I'll be focused on like my stuff, just so I can kind of knock theirs out. And then mine is just my first song drop, actually, Live for Myself, the single. I was just up at 2 a.m. Like my mentor called me and he was like, "Hey, dude, like you've been sitting on this music for so long, like you need to just drop." And I was like, huh. And I thought about it for a little while, and then just one day randomly at 2 a.m. I was like, I'm gonna drop, and then I'm gonna just put it out there, and then do all the promo behind it too. So it was a little out of order, but I started doing the promo and the playlisting and all that after, and from there it was like, okay, now I'm gonna get onto a dedicated schedule and drop songs like every 3 months. And actually, let me do a little shout out. My next song, I don't know the exact name yet, but if I say Shitty Day in California, most of y'all, if you know who I am, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's going to be my next drop. I teased it like a year ago. I did like a 500 comment unlock thing for it. And I ended up getting it, but then never dropping the song just because of logistics and, you know, the behind the scenes of like dropping and even a fear of putting music out there because it is like deep personal stuff. And, you know, I want it to get plays. I don't want to just put it out there and have 20 people listen to it. You know, I want to really get it out there. So that's the move.
No, I hear that, bro.
Excited.
Calculated.
Yeah, bro.
So it's just a single, no EP?
Nah, so the way I want to drop all my songs right now is I want to do singles for everything just because I think of it like if you're going to drop, I don't even know how to compare it, but say you're going to focus mainly on that one song. People are going to want to listen to that one song. If you focus on 4 songs, people might not know what to listen to. And then another thing, EPs are a little shorter, but even albums are out of the question because my thought process is like, who's the last person that you've listened to a full album from that you don't know who they are? It's like nobody. You know what I mean? Like if you know Kendrick, you already know about him. He drops an album, you're going to listen to the album. But if, you know, Billy over here drops an album and tells you to listen to all of it, you might check out 1 or 2 songs, but you're not going to sit there and listen through his whole album, you know, if you don't know who they are. So I just feel
What
like
if your
singles
friend
get better.
recommended you the album?
Yeah, I was
You
about to
might,
say,
you might. Maybe I consume
still
music
listen to
differently.
albums.
Can you hear me,
Bishop
Les? My
Snow.
bad, dude.
No, yeah, you're good.
All right.
Yeah.
I listened to Bishop Snow from Oceanside. I heard his whole album, and he's like up and coming as well.
Okay. You know, I think that maybe it is also just me, like how I consume music is like I'm
But you're not wrong. I also think
ADHD.
Like,
we're
that
also a lot
fucking, you know-
different than the average fan. Like we have a podcast about
That's
music.
true. You'll
so-
have to dive deep and stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We listen to everything. Right?
No,
Yeah.
it's not even that. I'm saying if you told me, like, outside
Oh
of
no,
this,
yeah. That
like,
too.
that's what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, if you just told me, like, yo, listen to this album, I'd listen to the album.
yeah.
Like, it don't matter.
Go listen to my single, you know?
No,
No,
I would like, but like after meeting you and wanting to like, not like respect your opinion, but it's just like, are you a cool guy? I don't think you're telling me for no reason. Maybe that's just how I'm taking it. Like, I'm not saying people to view it like that, but I can just say close friend group. I'm not saying like in any research. It would just be like, if y'all told me to go listen to an album, I would go listen to it because I feel like you're telling me for a reason. Or else you just tell me to listen to one song. Like, yo, I like this song. Because people will do that. Like, when people like a song, they'll just tell you, yo, I like this song. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not really hard to tell somebody, like, I like a song. It's not like something, like, really, like, secretive or, like, it's not like a hidden interest, you know?
Right.
Music is kind of really vague and, like most people tend to fuck with it. So I feel like when it comes to albums, which is why I'm saying if your album, or like, say your single would have hit, somebody would tell me to listen to your album, I'd listen to your album if your single hit. Like, maybe
Right,
that's
if the
how I
single
come
hit.
across.
So they do a lot of drops nowadays too, where they'll have like 2. I look at a lot of like different labels and what they do too, and so they'll do like 2 singles or 3 singles even, and pop those off, and then drop the album with it, kind of. And so that's kind of a goal. Is, you know, maybe I'll drop more than just the 2 or 3, but the main thing really is a lot of it. This is a little secret for all artists out there. Look into Spotify playlisting, editorial, and use your curated playlists. Some of them cost money, some of them don't. But I basically, for the past like 3 years, put together a list of like sad boy or any type of stuff that could match my like style of music. And I'd find a user curated playlist on there. And I would go and just DM them or find their contact and try to get my songs on there. Because actually in high school, I dropped like a song just to kind of test it out. But I realized that method works really well of like playlisting your songs. And so if there is any type of budget for a song or a video or anything like that, it's like I don't want to split that budget between 14 songs. I'd rather focus it on the one song and then get another budget for the next song and do it like that, just so I can put more into it to try to get it to another level.
Okay. You're
know?
about the marketing side of pushing
And
this
that-
to
yeah,
its
it's very
limit.
methodical.
That's
Yeah.
a big thing is the marketing. Because, I mean, they say it even nowadays, like, music doesn't necessarily hit the same. You know, when SoundCloud was really popping, people would just be on there looking through, you know, all types of songs and just be like, oh, I'll listen to this new artist. But now I feel like you said, like somebody puts you onto something and that's how you're going to listen. So it's either someone puts you on or you just keep seeing it everywhere. And I said this outside too, like the 5 times rule or whatever. It's like the first time you see something, you don't really care. Second time, you still might not care. Third time, you're wondering why it keeps popping up on your feed. Then the fourth time, it's like, okay, dude, this is popping up for a reason. And then the fifth time, you might actually really give it a listen and pay attention. And so
Right.
that's
Actually,
kind
might
of the
read the
strategy
bio.
behind it.
Actually, might read it.
Right,
It's
you know?
it's kind of the same thing with like someone brings up like a movie they just saw. Like the first time someone says it, you'd be like, "Oh, that's cool," and you
Yeah.
just like kind of ignore or like forget that they even mentioned the movie.
Right.
Yeah. But it'll take like the third or fourth person to be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard like 2 other people tell me that's a good
like,
movie."
I gotta watch this now, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the goal with it. And then,
You drop videos with them too?
oh yeah, that's something I'm working on. So I have a fire visual production team. I'm not gonna lie. So we started this production company called Talent Over Money a couple years ago, and Xander's the head creative director. He was outside, but yeah, he's super creative. He's worked on a lot of different projects. His most recent video he did is 12 a.m. by DC The Dawn. I think that's the song. But yeah, so he's worked on projects in the past, and I actually started filming with him when I was in high school. So we would go to these shows. I met him at a Young Pin show randomly, and then we just kind of were chopping it up because we were both trying to film. And then I hit him up to go to like another shoot. He hit me up to go to another shoot or a show and things like that. And then we just kind of started working together, and I've had a lot of crazy stories, you know, like driving to the studio at 2 a.m. and I actually spun out my car. It was raining. I was going the speed limit, and you know, it was raining, and a car was going the wrong way at me.
Emphasize, man. It wasn't your fault. Like,
No, you know, allegedly. But someone was going the wrong way at me with their headlights off. And
Oh,
so I didn't
shit.
even
Oh,
see the
what the
car
fuck?
until the last minute, and their headlights turned on, luckily, at the last minute, swerved the car to the left, and then we started spinning out because it was raining like crazy. And they ended up pulling off like the exit, you know, the wrong way, going off the exit. So I was like, what the hell? And then I ended up driving my car. I hit the center divider, and that's what like screwed up my car. And then I drove off the freeway. I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna chase them, but they were long gone. So I went to a gas station. I got out. I was like, oh, it's not that bad, right? I got home the next morning, and I was like, bro, this is totaled. You know. So that was I think my
Yeah.
first or second car. I just totaled. I
Damn.
had it for a month. I bought a
See,
Toyota
that's not
Camry,
bad,
like
man.
2000 something. It was an old car, and
God
it got
damn, bro.
totaled real quick. But so yeah, working with.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah, it was terrible, bro. I was all
Not the
excited.
Camry.
You know, not the Camry, but I
was
guess, you know,
bad
God didn't
luck,
want me
bro.
to have a Camry. So, you know, I got a Kia now. So,
Yeah, so he just didn't want you with the Toyota. That's all.
yeah, exactly. It's a Toyota because I had a Honda before. So it was like, I must have been causing issues, you know. The manufacturers
On
were
the
not
Christy,
having it.
dog. How dare you go with
The Honda's
How dare
reliable,
you.
bro. And, you know, I gave up on it.
You switch up from Honda to Toyota?
Yeah,
Don't get a Toyota. No, I want a Toyota sponsorship. Shit. Nah. Man. But yeah, so I was doing videos a lot with Xander, and so we just kept working together, and then as time passed, we were like, let's put together this little collective. And Mark, who's my mentor, he's like, I don't want to speak on his age, he's 40 or something like that, you know. So he has a little bit more knowledge and a little bit more time on this earth. And he was in the real estate business and the cannabis industry and all these different things. So he's given me a lot of game and a lot of advice and things like that. But he actually let us use his office space for a long time to shoot videos, or we were building sets, production sets in there. So like we had a ton of different walls and different sets for like music videos and things. And so Xander was initially like the main videographer, and he still is. And then Mark, who's also someone I just met from high school, he lives in Santa Barbara now, but he'll come down. He was at the Mad Flavor Fest. Mark Wilder, he's super fire with the visuals too, really good creative direction. So they work really well together. I'll throw in my spin and twist, and I know how to do it, like editing and shooting and stuff, but I try to step away from that now and kind of let them do their thing and like expand on their creative side, you know, because they're super fire with it for real. So that's where we're at now. So I'm gonna get some videos done probably by them. Not for this first song, Live For My, that's not even the name of the song. What is it called? What's it called? Do y'all remember?
What the
song I dropped, the single? Man, I'm not even high. That's crazy.
It was some hot shit, bro.
I feel like it's like Let It Begin or something like that.
Yeah, Let It Go. Let It Go. Yeah.
Oh,
So Let It Go was the first song. I'm not going to do a visual for that one, but the Shitty Day in California, it's like a really ironic song. because I'm basically the whole time I'm talking about, oh, it's another shitty day out of Southern California, when in reality the video, my idea for it is like everything around me is great. You know what I mean? Just like how a lot of people, I feel like in Southern California and around here, or especially in my time in high school and stuff, like people were sad about whatever it was and just kind of not realizing, like, step back, appreciate what you have and appreciate the moment, because it's really not a shitty day. So that video is gonna be like an ironic video where I'm, you know, whipping around in a Tesla, I got like money coming in, all types of stuff like that, and I'm just sitting here bumming and all sad, like, what a shitty day, you know. But by the end of it, it's like, look at what's going on, you know what I mean? So that's the goal, and I want to spread a message with my music too.
Yeah,
So
that's cool, man.
that's what it is.
I see that, bro. Hella
Everything's planned
artistic.
out,
Yeah,
hella
dude,
artistic.
I'm big
Ready
on the
for that.
planning, meticulous. Like, that's even the scheduling I brought y'all for the Mad Flavor Fest. It's like, we need to have a set schedule.
Yeah,
like, it's got to be
yeah.
planned out, you know?
Yeah, you even brought all the artists to us and shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
It was mad.
We started late though. The festival started kind of late.
yeah, everything got pushed back.
like,
So
what the
we
heck?
were supposed to set up on Friday night. I forget what time, but we were supposed to set up on Friday, and we had to push that back to Saturday morning because the stage didn't get set up till Saturday morning. So it was like 10 or 11 a.m. I left the venue. I went to go pick up like Chico, Koba, and the whole team. We pulled back up, and it was like 2 p.m. when we pulled back up, and we were like, holy we got to get some work done, you know? And I had people showed up at like 3:30. So it was like, you guys are here early because you want to get like products and stuff from vendors, and it's like we don't really have everything set up. So we pushed the doors back, I think, till like 4:30, and then opened everything up, and we were kind of slowly getting things into motion. And then by like I think 5:30 or whatever, everything was pretty smoothly running, and things were all good. So that was how that went.
Yeah, we had our homies Cody and Christine. Shout out to Olivia. They were like the first 3 in. We were like, fuck. They're like, we were waiting, and I was like, what do you want me to do?
That's what it is.
dude.
We also had a
I'm a
vendor issue
podcast
with
here,
the
dude.
trucks. The truck like was trying to back in like one of the food trucks.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it was Blenderhead. Blenderhead is super fire ice cream too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys tried it. It was super good.
And
I
we
hadn't
had
even
an
heard of
interview
them.
with as well.
You did an interview with them? Yeah, dude. I
Yeah,
hadn't even heard
whoever's
of them.
driving that truck took them like 15 minutes to.
Yeah, they kept pulling it in.
Yeah,
and pulling
they
it
kept
out.
doing
It
the
was
same
like,
turn.
Just leave it here. We'll just leave it here, you know?
Isaac was over there just watching.
I
with
was.
The camera. He was like, damn, that's crazy.
Let me just drive it for you. Isaac got all mad.
I know, bro. We showed up and pulled up to Alley. I was like, yeah, I think Isaac's inside, and Isaac's right there staring. I'm like, what the fuck? Just watching this fool try to get into the spot, bro. Like,
Hey,
it's
yo.
been
I had all
20
my
minutes,
equipment
dog.
there. I wasn't gonna
Isaac
like.
was entertained.
Like,
But that too.
That's crazy. No, it's crazy.
This fool was like fucking him up. He's like, nah, you got room. He had no demo. He don't
He's
have room,
scraping
dog.
the wall.
He's like, just go to the
dog.
left.
Yeah.
There's no room to the
I
left
tried
at
to help
all.
him at first, but they weren't listening. So I was like, all right.
He had no access to his freezer, man. Oh,
That's fucked up, dog. Isaac was trying to give him directions, and they saw the camera. Like, nah, not this.
Yeah, bro, you're a cameraman.
Nah, you're
You don't know shit about
I don't want to be in the
driving.
vlog. Nah.
I'm like, bro, we're in a big ass truck. You don't know what you're
crazy.
talking
he said,
about.
"Nah, I know angles."
Damn,
don't
that's true. That's true,
That's
though.
crazy.
You do know the angles.
Bro, that pizza was fire. Who was that pizza vendor?
Pizza Ken, LA. He was at the last
Pizza,
one too.
yeah, the
He's-
pizza was good too.
Dude, I even hit him up because I was busy that night, so I didn't get to get the pizza. I actually someone offered me a slice, but I was just like running back and forth or whatever. But I hit him up because I was like, I wanted to try it since October and I didn't get to try it. And I was like, do you guys do like pop-ups or whatever? And he was like, nah, not really. You know, like Mad Flavor Fest was like the last one. And so I was like, man. But I guess they're at a spot where they do. It's not the same exactly because it's not like Stonefire, but they do the same ingredients and stuff like that. And so they have a spot, I think, in, I don't know, Costa Mesa, Santa Ana, Newport, something like that. Where they're doing that every Friday, I think. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm going to have to go check it out and get some pizza from Pizza Ken LA because that shit's good.
So you gotta have to let me know too, bro.
Yeah,
That
I'll
shit's
send
bomb.
I'll send you the address, you know.
Yeah,
It's-
bro.
Yeah,
That's
nah, hit
a
that link.
straight
Yeah.
link. They were fucking busy. They stopped
Yeah,
taking
bro.
orders early.
Yeah,
They were
they
like,
did.
yeah,
Dude.
we're going to start taking orders again like at 8:30.
Yeah,
9
they had to
o'clock.
take a
We're
pause.
like,
Oh,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
busy.
Yeah, I
all
remember
night.
me and Isaac went out there to go get tacos. I remember I was debating on getting pizza. And then
Yeah.
I looked over there and I heard her just say like, "Nah, we're taking a break right now." And I was
There
like,
was-
"Yeah, I'm hungry."
There was a
now.
line and they stopped taking orders.
yeah.
It was
Damn.
crazy. 'Cause
Everyone-
last time they had like 50 pizzas or something. I forget at the first one.
Damn.
And they ended up selling out real quick. And so we were like, okay, just up the pizzas this time. And I'm pretty sure they sold out again this time. So
Probably did.
Pizza
Yeah, I
was
wouldn't
popular.
doubt it, dude. I
Pizza
would
was
not
popular.
doubt it.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
shit was good.
yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was munchies rolling around now through that festival, bro.
Yeah, the 420 Mariscos.
Yeah,
too was
bro.
pretty bomb.
That's what my homies they had the shrimp tacos.
Yeah.
They said those were.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
shrimp
shrimp tacos
tacos,
were
yeah.
smacking.
Yeah.
I was like, give him what, a nine and a half? What was it?
Yeah.
What was the? What
Nah,
was the?
it was like a 9
It was a
out of 10.
tortilla.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was what fucked
Yeah,
up, bro.
bro.
What's wrong with it? Was it corn or flour?
It was a cold corn flour tortilla, dog.
Oh, it was cold. That was the
yeah.
problem.
It was flimsy, bro. You can't have a flimsy fucking taco.
They didn't double it up with the, double
They
up
didn't.
the corn. Damn.
They didn't.
Damn.
That shit got to me, bro, low key. Because I was like, everything else is so good, but this fucking tortilla.
Yeah, Jose was
He
like,
did. He was
what?
like, I'd buy 2. I'd buy more.
Yeah, I would have bought more, dog.
yeah, because
Better
he did buy 2. That's right. Yeah, he did. He was like, I would have bought 4 more.
Fucking Jose.
Yeah. I was like, I would have bought Olivia her own taco.
No, you're keeping a patent. He said, make sure to pull up to the next festival. with
Yeah,
that
shout out
cheddar.
to 420 Mariscos. dude.
No, you trying to.
What else did they have?
I ain't mad, dude.
Did they have
Yeah,
more than the
they had a
fish
bunch of
tacos?
ceviche.
Yeah,
They had,
they
Yeah,
also
they had a
like
bunch
fish.
of stuff.
they
Yeah.
had like the
bunch of
shrimp
other shit,
cocktails
yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see their Instagram posts. I'm like, gotta check out all these.
All of it
vendors
was pretty
after the
fresh.
fact.
I had a ceviche tostada, the shrimp.
Mm.
That shit was pretty good. They gave a pretty good portion. I was like, okay,
I had Subway, bro.
see y'all.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, bro. I was
Not
just
even
like,
one of the vendors.
I was just running around. No, because I didn't have time to stop and wait for it. So I was like over here eating my
I was ready
Subway.
to hear
Like,
another vendor name. Like,
no,
you're
for
like,
real. My manager
that's
Ryan,
the
he
Subway,
even
like.
stopped me, like, because I was running around constantly. He like stopped me at one point and he was like, "Hey, bro, when's the last time you ate?" And I was like, "I don't know." And then he hands me a Subway, and I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, I'll just take a bite or two and then get back to it."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it worked out, but yeah.
Damn, you didn't even make your own sandwich. That's
Nah,
crazy.
bro. Just make it fresh. What is it? Subway's freaking shit. I don't know.
Make a fresh.
What? I don't know. What is it? Subway
That's
eat
Subway
fresh.
juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you ass, no, you.
Man, they're gonna start. They're gonna steal this shit.
Give me the sponsorship, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
Juice Podcast.
Yeah,
needs
Subway.
a Subway
Yeah.
sponsorship.
Make it
Tap
fresh.
it in.
Make it fresh or whatever. I don't
Make it
fucking-
fresh.
Yeah.
We gonna start our own sandwich shop, the Juice Sandwich Spot, whatever. I don't know.
Hold it down, yo. That's funny, dude. Nah, I fuck with that. It was cool because we was accommodated all night. I think the trippiest thing was it's not called edible drink because it's not edible, but like
Oh, the lemonade, the trippy lemonade, or
or
whatever. they had?
just like infused drinks, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
bro.
booths had
There was 2
lemonade there.
spots.
Who's
that had-
who's doing that?
Or there was like there was a
the ladies
slushy
right in
spot.
front of us.
There was a
Oh,
slushy
okay.
Oh,
spot.
yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, Terp Slurp.
The
Oh, yeah,
Terp
outside.
Slurp.
outside.
They do the
That's what it
infused
was.
slushies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terp Slurp.
What?
I did
and
see that one
then-
actually.
Yeah, Terp Slurp,
Oh, yeah.
and then there was
Oh
one-
yeah, I had some of that.
It was
That's
Terp Slurp,
right.
and then the ones in front of us, it was like Haven or Maven. I don't,
Maven.
I,
So Maven is
Maven?
crazy, bro. Maven is like award-winning #1 like cannabis brand this year.
yeah,
They're doing
it was
shit.
giving out samples the whole time, bro, and that's from 4 o'clock to 11.
Yeah, they
like
were
you
there.
know,
Yeah.
like that's hella
Yeah,
samples,
bro.
bro.
There was like I
You know?
couldn't find no water. I was
Yeah, like
you
you
know,
just getting those, bro.
Yeah, I was
So-
like, bro, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, and
bro.
I was tripping out just because those 2 people, but like just even because it's not just edibles now. Now it's drinks is another like avenue, bro.
Yeah,
you
dude,
know,
they're
so
mixing hot sauce. I mean,
Hot sauce,
everything.
yeah,
They're
real
putting it
shit,
in
bro.
everything.
yeah, nah, roast.
You gotta be careful with what.
It was a success, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was definitely
it was a success.
definitely like tenfold from the last time. It just seemed, production was there, the vendors were there, everything was there, and I feel like everyone had a good time. People got a lot of product, people walked away happy. So that's all you can ask for, really.
Nah,
Yeah, that was a
definitely.
lot of product to give away for free. Shout out to Kishagram, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kishagram held
bruh.
it down.
Yeah,
they
bro,
gave, us-
they just
they
got
gave me a
blessed.
lot
Yeah,
of
they hooked
weed.
us the
They just
fuck up,
got
bro.
blessed.
Oh, you had that in the goodie bag you're talking
Yeah,
about?
like
Yeah.
Yeah, they hooked us the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, those were cool.
Yeah.
What do you think would be your goal for the next event, or what would you want to accomplish?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but one of the things that's hard is like the comedy with the weed. A lot of
Right.
the comedians struggle to, as Bad Boy said this too. He said, like I feel like a lot of the comedians try to make fun of the fact that they're at a weed event or like make jokes about that.
Yeah.
When it's kind of like just run with your regular set, and you'll probably be fine. But it's like people are there for a weed event. They're there to smoke weed. They're there to have a good time. And so like when you're kind of making jokes about like, oh, this is a weed event, like putting it down, it's like I don't know if the crowd is totally onto that. So I don't know for the future, but some type of with the comedians for sure, doing
Okay.
someone that's maybe done more of weed festivals or comedians like that. I really don't know. Honestly, that's up to Mad Boy what he wants to do for that.
Yeah.
But I think that could make things flow better. I think the music portion was, the comedian was good too. Like there was a lot of people laughing, but there was also times where it's like, they're making jokes about weed and everyone's smoking weed, just like okay, you know. So, but the music portion was super fire. I mean, OG Rome. I don't know if you guys saw when he had the leaf blower on stage, blowing out, smoking out the crowd. But he had a huge crowd for that. Koba seemed to have a good crowd. Chico had a good crowd. Mark the Franchise. Everyone did their thing, really. I mean, shit, I don't want to leave anyone off. Mad Boy, you know, Mark the Franchise. They all hopped up on stage, and the visuals behind them really put it together, and I think it was all smooth. So for the next event, probably getting another venue, just something larger. That way it doesn't feel as packed, or you know, because that was another thing, is running out of space with. Let me touch on this too. Is Applejack's. Applejack's the artist. He laced me up today with the little merch here. He also gave me some crazy ass shorts that it's like a Mario theme. It says Applejack's, has some mushrooms on the side. But yeah, so Applejack's was in charge of the artist area, and so they were gonna be doing like live graffiti, kind of like all types of different artwork. And we just didn't really have enough room, so they had to kind of get pushed into that corner. So that's definitely the biggest thing, actually thinking about it, is like having more room to be able to do the event, because we did run out of room, which is crazy, because last time it was like half the size, if that, even smaller, you know.
Right.
And it was like, okay, this is fine, you know. But we just really, the production got upped real quick, so you know, it is what it is. But next time, bro. bigger venue probably.
No, you're hearing that, bro. Because if you're saying bigger venue, that means it's gonna be way more successful. Like, you know, that in itself.
Yeah. That was a pretty big venue on its own.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, there was 300 tickets we were selling, I think, and sold out the day before or something like that. And then we ended up saying, like, well, because people are going to be showing up and leaving, not going to stay the whole time, we're like, if some people come to the door, we'll let them in and just have a door fee or whatever. So we had a couple people pull up to the door too and just buy at the door. But it was still like, man, there's 300, 400 people probably throughout the entire day, like packed into there and in and out. So definitely need a space that can
That's
occupy
crazy.
that, you know?
That's a lot of fucking.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool, man.
There's a lot of people.
Honestly, at one point I was like, "Fuck, this is a lot of fucking people here right now."
I was stressing out. I was like, yo, this is.
Bro, we were in that little room, dog. We were looking out the sliding door, and I was just like, "Damn, it's a lot of fucking people."
Yeah.
People were just watching us too, just trying to podcast. Like, that wasn't weird.
Yeah.
Trying to like sign us.
I
us.
know.
I pulled him
yeah.
outside a couple times. I was like, I got the next artist, but I didn't want to interrupt the podcast. So I'm like,
Yeah.
No, there'd be some people. There would be some people
like,
just like pressed up against the door, just like,
what's going on in here? Like,
just like freaking us out.
Yeah, bro.
It
There's
freaked me
this
out.
one lady, like, she was like generally like creeping me and Isaac out, bro, because she was like generally like she was like asking us like, what are you guys
She was just
doing? Like,
she was just way too.
and she was in the middle of an interview, bro.
Yeah.
So we're just like,
She was just way too into it, and I was just way too high. So,
bro,
like,
I really thought she was
Yeah.
gonna open the door.
Bro, once I started eating those tacos and they saw us on camera, people just stood there watching eat the tacos. Bro. I was tripping the fuck out. I was like, bro, I gave it a 9, bro. You're listening, like
we were
come on,
in the
go
zoo or
try 'em.
something. It was fucking weird. It was cool though.
Yeah, he's on the glass door. Like,
Yeah.
Why you window shopping?
I was just like, hey, where'd you get those tacos? Like, Dick, I'm in here doing the podcast right now.
let's go walk around.
They're right up front.
Literally,
bro.
like, did you not walk by?
did not
Yeah.
walk in that way.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to do too. It was like, it was one stream of traffic, kind of. So it was like, you have to see the
That's-
food,
yeah.
you have to
That
see
was
the
pretty
vendors,
smart.
you have to see the stage.
Yeah.
That was Mad Boy's idea for sure, but that was definitely a good move.
Yeah,
Mm.
it was
Definitely
because you had to pass by everybody to get to that.
Yeah, to even get to the stage. So,
So you're definitely, even if you're walking in, you're definitely giving something a look. You know, you're definitely stopping by a table or two and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
And then
And
you
there's a
keep-
lot of people there.
And then you keep walking by hearing about free samples and shit. It's gonna be hard to like pass that up. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody's gonna
You know what I'm saying?
everyone was giving something out. Like,
Yeah.
pretty much all the vendors
Yeah.
had something for the most part.
You guys even had tattoo artists, dude.
Yeah,
Those
dude,
dudes
that
were
was the
fucking
craziest
busy
thing.
all
Bro,
night.
$25.
Yeah, he was actually tatting people up like the whole night.
$25. That's because I've never
Yeah.
seen a tattoo that cheap. I was like, and the quality was super fire. I had two friends come over and show me like a bird and some other tattoo, and I was just like, how much? Like, because I don't even have any tattoos, but they were like $25. And I was like, I've been meaning to get this 714 tattoo for a long time. Like, you know, I might need to go do it. But they said also if you screenshot it and you were at Mad Flavor Fest, they'll honor that, I believe.
Oh, really?
I'm not 100% sure, so maybe we have
cool.
to cut that. But
We'll
yeah,
find
I think
out
they
when
honor
we
that.
start
Either
getting
way,
it.
I mean, $60 for a flash tattoo is like
Oh,
it's not
yeah.
bad. But they were
It's
doing
not.
$25 tattoos, so they had to be booked all night. You know, it was,
Yeah.
My videographer went to go get one, and he waited in line for like an hour. And
It was basically
couldn't do it.
as soon as he got done setting up, he started tatting.
Yeah.
Like
all
yeah,
night. Yeah.
he was packed.
He started tatting before the show even started.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As soon as he was done setting up, like he basically started working.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
He was, and both of them were busy.
they
all
were
night.
good
Yeah,
too. Like
were.
they weren't just like $25 here's a cheap tattoo. It was like these are quality tattoos.
Yeah.
Bro. They were working so hard before I had to step out and smoke a cigarette.
5-minute
I
break.
seen him. I was like, damn, bro, you're going through it, though. You're working right now. There's a whole shift in there, dog. I get it. You know what I mean?
How many were there?
Like,
Were there two? Two
yeah, there
tattoo
was 2
artists?
people in there.
You just kept walking in. Nah, Jay is
Yeah,
at
like,
it.
Fuck.
He
A
was
whole
happy
line
to
of
work.
people,
Huh?
like-
You
You
guys,
guys
the
make-
E could just.
He looked out and he was like, "Fuck, it's like 7 minutes."
You guys make me want to quit my job. Damn.
Good turned up the
They had to
music.
cut it
Didn't
early,
even
too.
talk to this customer.
They had to like cut
Come
it
to
at
the
like 10 or
festival,
something.
he said.
Damn.
They had to like stop having people on the sign up list at like 10 because there
Damn.
were so many people already on it.
Yeah, it was
We're trying to get out of here by midnight at the
another
latest.
2
like-
hours. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
another 2 hours and stuff, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. The success rate was up there. I fuck with that, man. I fuck with that.
Cool event.
It was a great time. It was a great time.
Yeah, man. Thank you for this episode, dude.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me. You know, I'll do a little plug. Check out my my song "Let It Go."
Yeah.
I'm dropping
yeah.
my next song in June. We'll have Chico back on here one of these days to talk
Yeah,
about
of
all his
course,
stuff
bro.
because
Yeah.
he's got a crazy catalog and actually a crazy story of how he even got into music, how we met, all types of stuff like that. So check out LV Chico _ on Instagram, Koba _ 44 on Instagram. Me, just JK It's William on Instagram. You can look me up JK Will on Spotify and stuff like that. But yeah, my first single's out. It's doing pretty good. Trying to keep pushing it, and then next one dropping in June.
You ready? No, we on
Oh,
that.
yeah, we are, bro.
Thank
we
you
are.
guys.
in
Thank you
this
guys for
season.
having me for real.
Nah,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
It's been great, bro. It was a great conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Thank you for all your help at Mad Flavor Fest. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Shout out to Mad Boy for
Yeah.
inviting us and letting us do our thing.
Thanks.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out to Jamal sharing the space with us. We had a great time
Yeah.
with them.
The whole
As
media
always.
team that day, we went crazy.
Yeah, we were. Jamal showed up late, but that's all right. He made up for it, dog. He made up for it, fam. He did some good interviews, Doug. We closed it out at the end. You know what I'm saying? It was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
We have our own festival coming up July 1st. We
Yeah.
have Destruct performing. We got Kid Vista coming out. We got RM the Poet coming from Oceanside. Chubbs from Westminster.
Doll Hut.
Yeah, we're gonna be at the Doll Hut
Both sides.
from
2
4
stages.
to midnight. Me
Hella
and Frankie
vendors.
gonna be inside doing live
stages.
podcast.
Yeah, 2 stages.
I gotta check it out for sure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Slide,
Definitely,
please.
Yes.
July 1st, bro. Anaheim.
Yes.
Anaheim.
Yeah, man.
Any vendors that want to come by, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? You can talk to me or you can talk to Danny from Exquisite Trees. That's what we're looking for right now is just vendors. So if y'all know anybody, let us know. And with that, we out. This is Jose.
Juma Silent.
Thank you.
Isaac.
Go around the town, up in my way, up my shit. Niggas be making a sound. Niggas don't wish where I'm from. Grind till we making it out. Selling that fish, selling that fish.